speech.
Honourable Minister, for your reply.
Chairman, sir, at the outset I have to thank all the honourable MPs for their valuable views and inputs. Our senior members Shri Suresh Prabhu ji, Subhash Chandra Bose ji, Thiru Thambidurai ji, Manya Sushil Modi ji, our Honourable Ramdas Athawale ji और राकेश सिन्हा जी जिनका वक्तव्य भी अभी आपने सुना. I think now that much has been spoken, there is not much left to retreat because we've already discussed a part of it in the discussion regarding the earlier bill. But after listening to all these speakers, what I would say in a nutshell is that the noble motive behind bringing this bill stands fully established. However, what is the motive of those who have chosen to walk away from the discussion or to shy away from the discussion? I leave that to the judgment of the history and the writers of the history. माननीय सुरेश प्रभु जी ने अपने वक्तव्य में एक बात कही कि आजकल कुछ लोग ईडी के नाम से डर जाते हैं. तो तत्काल मेरे मन में विचार आया, तो क्या ऐसा तो नहीं जो डर जाते हैं वही इसका विरोध भी करते हैं? Prime Minister Modi accords highest esteem to this institution of Enforcement Directorate because he has nothing to hide and he has nothing to be afraid of. And I cited the example of his exemplary conduct when he was the Chief Minister of Gujarat, and not for a single day the then investigating agency of CBI was obstructed. What is unfortunate, Chairman Sir, is that in their misguided zeal to oppose Prime Minister Modi, the opposition has gone to the extent of opposing a highly esteemed constitutional institution which is mandated to protect the national security of India and also mandated to preserve the financial stability of India. Incidentally, but not insignificantly, most of the money laundering cases being investigated by this agency belong to those 10 years tenure of UPA 1 and UPA 2 and involve some of the high and mighty of those times. And to that extent, I can say it's also a sad day in the history of India's parliament that a principal opposition party has chosen not to side with those who are working against black money, but instead to side with those who are the beneficiaries of black money. Soon after independence, within a few months, there was a debate related to corruption in the parliament. And the then Home Minister Sardar Patel had very meaningfully pointed out that the fight against corruption is a collective responsibility of all the political parties. 70 years have passed, and over the last 7 decades, much water has flown down the river Yamuna, the river on the banks of which stands the national capital of Delhi, and also the Parliament House of India. The pollution also has grown much higher, as all of us can see around. And therefore, what we need to understand that the ramifications of this entire investigation format have also not only got complicated, but also got very much intricate. As I said, we are now faced with the triple menace of corruption, black money, and international offense, which in turn is linked to another triple menace, which is that of drugs, terrorism, and crime. And together, all of these are a challenge and a threat to the national security of India, and also to the financial stability. And being a student of science, we've been taught not to speak without evidence. India happens to be a member of the Financial Action Task Force comprising of 200 countries across the world, which has in one of its latest reports, paragraph 8, recommended, and I quote, law enforcement authorities and prosecutorial authorities should have adequate financial, human, and technical resources. Countries should have in place processes to ensure that the staff of these authorities maintain high professional standards, including standards concerning confidentiality, I underline, confidentiality, and should be of high integrity and be appropriately skilled, end quote. As I said in the opening remarks, the continuity, the rapport, and also the confidentiality of the information to which the head of the ED is privy to have a very critical role to play. In the middle of a very critical or a crucial investigation, if the head of the director or the head of the ET or the director's tenure comes to suddenly an end or abrupt end, the beneficiary may be the person against whom the interrogation was happening, because the entire information by the interrogating officer may not have been shared even with his peers. And therefore, that is in the interest of arriving at judicious conclusions. May I also point out that the same FATF, which I was referring to, has already placed Pakistan in the grey list. Now, do our opposition members want us to also share the same dubious distinction as Pakistan? And therefore, without having to say much, I would just conclude by saying that under Prime Minister Modi, the crusade against corruption has reached a decisive turn. And if you recall, 26 मई 2014 की संध्या को जब शपथ ग्रहण हुआ प्रधानमंत्री मोदी का, तो पहले मंत्रिमंडल की बैठक में जो निर्णय लिया गया था वो था काले धन के खिलाफ SIT गठित करने का। और उस निर्णय के द्वारा प्रधानमंत्री ने देश में एक संदेश भेजा, पैगाम भेजा कि एक संकल्प से सिद्धि की यात्रा का प्रारंभ हुआ है। आज मैं देख सकता हूं, हम उस संकल्प से सिद्धि की यात्रा के महत्वपूर्ण पड़ाव पर खड़े हैं और लोकतंत्र का सर्वोच्च मंदिर अथवा भारतीय सदन इस पर मोहर लगाकर कोई इसे मान्यता दे रहा है। And therefore, I would say, and I am proud to note that the upper house of Indian Parliament, which is also known as the House of Elders, the House of the Wiser, has today, by deciding to debate and deciding to pass this bill, shown its solidarity behind Prime Minister Modi's determined bid to liberate India from the stigma of corruption. And having said this, Chairman Sir, I seek your permission to request the House that the bill may be passed and the section 25A may be suitably amended to include this clause. Thank you.
Thank you. I shall now put the motion moved by Dr.